10, decent, take it all day. 10, yes. 10, yes. 10, take it, yes. 10, oh my god, this sub is awesome.
Don't stop.
What's up, everybody? Happy Thursday. Welcome back to the channel. I hope everyone's been having a great week thus far. Today's episode, we have a PSA return. I actually have two PSA returns. Both showed up on the same day, submitted separately, so odds are crazy. I am happy I have 40 cards here. Half are mine for my personal collection, and the other half I graded for, I think it was either 3 or 4 friends. I'll know once I start going through the box. So it is a blind return. My cards, I have no idea what the grades are. For the last 2 weeks, I have been really itching to look, but I have held off. I do know the grades of the other box because I did send them to all my buddies that had the submissions. They wanted to know their score, so I had no problem looking because none of them are mine. I think I actually have 1 card in that sub out of their 20. But first things first, with it being Thursday, we have my showcase card of the week. Last week, week 12, was the Dark Slow King. If you remember this card, it is absolutely destroyed. I loved rocking this one for a full week. And this week, I'm putting in a modern card, one of my favorite birds. It is going to be the Pidgeot SAR. So Pidgeot recently got some shine on them. This art is so sick, in my opinion. Flying over the city, over the water there. It's also going to be a test because over the last, what is this going to be, week 13, I have really only been using beat up cards in my phone case. And this card is mint. It's in my grade pile for PSA 10. Hopefully we're going to rock it for a week and see if it holds up. So kind of a test of the case itself. I want to be fair. I want to see if it actually does not damage any card being in there for days on end. So it's in. That card looks sick. I love it. With the subject of showcase as well, we have the giveaway announcement. Last Thursday, I did say I was going to be giving away one of these cases. And after reading through all the comments, there was technically only 6 parties that commented and were entered. So it was super easy to draw someone. I did a random number generator, gave everyone an assigned number. And A. Chavez, you won. Congratulations. I am going to reach out to you in a DM, get your shipping information, and get this sent out to you. So congrats on the phone case. Hopefully you have an iPhone 14. If not, it might be a good time to upgrade. But enjoy it, and hopefully we see you posting some pics, rocking new cards all the time as well. So let's get into this PSA sub return. I am excited to look at the grades. I have been waiting for these grades to be revealed. I have a lot of alt arts in here, SARs, Pokémon 151 in Japanese. I graded a lot of my dupes. There's just a nice little variety of things. So let's jump right into it. All right, let's jump right into it. We're going to do my buddy sub first. There's 3 individuals that participated in this one. 20 cards, and I guess 19 are theirs, 1 are mine. 1 is mine. This sub, you'll understand here in a second. Lots of cards. I think there was 4 or 5 of them got kicked back with the N9 code. There was way too many cards that were beat up. A lot of PSA 1s. And I'm kind of at the point where I don't even want to grade PSA 1s anymore because they're just kicking stuff back. I'm sure they're sick of it. I'm sure they are absolutely sick of getting destroyed cards come across their desk for that guaranteed 1 score. I can't even say guaranteed now because God only knows what you're going to get. So we'll start with those. Here, I'll move this. Cards inside. Let's see here. The N9 score was for not gradable, I believe, because they couldn't fit in the holster. Okay, so they were still graded. No holder. Dark Tyranitar, absolutely destroyed. Meganium from Dragon Frontiers, absolutely destroyed. Do not holder, do not holder. Alakazam. I think it's because they're warped. And this might be, yeah, I mean, that card is absolutely fucked. Looks like it's got waterlog damage on it. This is my buddy Justin's card, I think. They're not going to grade these. So if you're watching this and if you like PSA 1s and if you just want to send absolutely destroyed stuff to PSA, public service announcement, they will send them back. They're not going to fit in the holster. I swear I've sent similar cards before, and this very well might depend on the grader too. But yeah, they sent back 5 cards here. Well, this one says altered. Let's take a peek at this one. So these 4 were not holdered. No scores, not holdered. This one says altered. I got nothing. Maybe they just think it's physically altered. Like, do they... There's no way of them knowing, like, if a card is aged, a 25-year-old card, if it got bends in a binder, if it got scratches over time, or if they're physically fabricated bends. Do you think they're trying to determine between the two? Let me know down in the comments what your thoughts are, even on PSAs. PSA 1 scoring cards, low-grade cards. Is it a waste of time? Is it a waste of money? I love cards that I think have deep history. I'm still trying to complete my full Destiny Shining set. This is separate from my Neo Destiny binder in PSA 1s. I'm just searching for cards that are absolutely destroyed over the last 25 years, and you can tell. I actually have that box right here. Not to go on a sidetrack, but... Oh, no, I don't. They're in my Neo binder as placeholders. Never mind. We'll move on to actual scores now, but yeah, if you do grade a lot of 1s, have you seen this before? Or is this going to prevent you from even sending in 1s in the future? So first card, I think, yeah, that one's mine. All right, Psyduck. This is Ninja's cards. He sent in 2 Master Balls. It got a 10. He knows the scores already, so that's great. I think, let's just see what kind of order we're in here. This is my buddy's Glenn's. This was actually an AGS, if I remember right, a 5.5 or a 6. Card was super dirty. We could see it through the slab, just like physical dirt on the face of the card. I cleaned all that up for him. We sent it in. It got a 7. You can't ask for any better in that scenario. So that one is his. Tyranitar is a PSA 1. I think this card is absolutely sick. So this is what I'm saying. Like, this card you can tell is pretty well aged. There's like, when you see like the yellowing in the bends, you can't really fabricate that. It's just, I don't know what the differences are anymore. I don't even know if I want to grade 1s anymore at this point. I just want the PSA 10s, and that's about it. So that card is his. Next up, another PSA 1, Reverse Foil Tyranitar from Expedition. That is Glenn's. Next up, Kabutops, PSA 1, Delta Species from Holland Phantoms. This is actually a really sick artwork too. That's going in his pile. Marnie, PSA 10. So is that... Okay, second 10 we've seen thus far. That's a good score. This was a clean card. That is his. Mewtwo 2. So we sent in 2 of these sequentially. This one is Glenn's, and there's a second one that is mine. So that was going to be, here it is. Mine got the PSA 1. His got the PSA 2. I don't know if it's even harder to get a 2 these days, or they just don't want to hand out the 1s anymore. So that card is going in my pile. I'm just going to put it over here for the time being. Next up, Slowking Undaunted, sick card. That got a PSA 1. That's a banger. Charizard from Legendary, that is Justin's. So he had 3 cards. A couple of the ones I could kick back, I think it was the Snorlax and the Alakazam were his. Legendary Holo Charizard, PSA 1 is his. Rest are probably all Ninjas. Okay, so this card got a 5. This supposedly, I did not break these out. These were all AGS 9s or 10s. So there's damage somewhere on this card. If there's a bend in the card or physical damage in it, you're going to start at a 5 with PSA. I'm trying to find it. I'm not seeing it. I'm going to look this card over because I'm really curious why this card got a 5. It was the worst scoring card out of the sub, at least this sub. I mean, could be some 5s in mine. We don't know yet. Tag Team Greninja Zoroark, Japanese. That got a 9. That is a banger. 3 cards left. This one got a 10. Tag Team Garchomp and Giratina. I love this art. He sent in basically all Japanese cards. That is well deserved. 2 left. Magmar Master Ball. That's a sick card. That got a 10. Almost all of these modern cards, if they're Japanese, give or take, they're gonna 10. I've started to see some off-centered coming out of some Japanese box breaks. I've started seeing bad cuts where the tops and the bottoms are frayed with like dull cutters on the sheets, and we'll see exactly how the grading goes moving forward if the quality or the grades start to drop. Last card, Dark Slowbro got a 2. All right, so I think that one was Glenn's. Overall, not a bad box at all. They're all happy with their scores outside of the 5. I would be really upset on the 5 as well, but there's something going on that card. Otherwise, it's probably going to be broken open and just resent in, or you should just keep it as raw at this point. So, awesome sub right here. They're all itching to get their cards back. Let me take a 2-second break and get reset up for mine. Moment of truth. Let's see where I ended up on these cards. 19 of these cards are mine out of the 20, and 1 is my girlfriend's. She had a Detective Pikachu card that she won in some Instagram giveaway, and she wanted it slabbed up, so I did that for her. Make sure I don't accidentally see anything here. Oh, I think I got a card return too. I got 1 card in there. All right. Come on. Just gonna start throwing things. What card did I get returned? It's a beat up, my Mewtwo EX. Do not holder, no holder. So there might be a telltale sign here. Let's take a peek at it real quick. It might be the warping. It's probably because the hollows are starting to fray up that they don't holder them, because they might not seal down properly when they actually do that part. That's going to be my guess there. Kind of sucks. I had this card beat up in a Japanese too, and now I'm scared to even send those in. Because they all pretty much look the same. These EX errors, once they start getting pretty much beat or weathered over the years, that hollow starts peeling off the card. And if that's a sign they're not going to grade these or not going to encapsulate them, I'm not going to bother sending these in. So, first card in my submission got kicked back. Let's move on. We got 19 more here. I'm going to use my... I busted out a little friend here, my Sizor from Wind of the Sea. He is going to cover, and we are going to slide and see. Because I don't think these are going to be in any particular order. It's usually scattered. All right, so I sent in a worker from, what was that, Paradigm Trigger? 10. Decent, take it all day. Super clean card. A lot of these Japanese cards, pretty much, like I said a minute ago, I don't want to say they automatically 10, but you feel pretty good sending in some of these. Next up, all right, we got a Gladian from Crimson Invasion, 10. Awesome. I am pleased so far. Love Full Art Trainers. This is a sick card. I love the colors on this card. That's why it's one of my favorite from the Sun and Moon era. Not a big waifu trainer by any means, but it's just one that I just really love the art on. So second 10, I'll take that. Next up, what do we have? Mewtwo. This is the art rare from 151. 10. Yes. Been wanting this one in my personal collection. I've seen a bunch of them now graded at shows, things like that, but I've been holding off buying it. I just kind of really wanted to grade my own. All right, 3 10s. Can we keep this ball rolling? Next up is going to be Blastoise. Come on, Blastoise. 10, yes. All right, this is going straight into the personal collection. Love this artwork. I think it is the sickest, or one of the sickest alt arts from 151 in Japanese. I don't think this is the sub. I actually don't remember every card in here, so we'll see here in a second. But so happy that card 10. So far, I am loving this. It is going well. Next up, we have the Squirtle. So I don't think it was sequential. Let's see, Squirtle art rare. Yes, 10. Yeah, this is a great sub so far. Love that card. Again, going straight into the PC. I have two of these slab cases. My white one is like my PC. All these are going right in it. All right, next card here is gonna be... Okay, so Tapu Koko. I love Tapu Koko. I sent this card in. This was one of the cards that had a little bit of a cut issue on it, and I wanted to see how it ended up. 10, take it. Let me see if I can see it on the back side. Yeah, so if you look on the back side, I don't know if I'll be able to tell. Maybe they're not knocking it for it at this point. The cut is just slightly uneven. It's not a straight cut. It's not as crisp as you would want a card to be. But I think the Japanese facility has already said they've tried to replace the cutters. I don't know what the whole deal was, but I've seen it in multiple sets now. So we are on a roll here, all 10s. I don't know. I'm trying to think of what card in here is like my absolute favorite. So far, I love everything we got. So I don't know if I'm even going to be disappointed at any point on any of these. Zapdos, special art rare. I love this card. Yes, 10. Oh my God, this sub is fucking awesome. All right. I did send in the full art as well. I wonder if that's going to be right behind it. Nope, Giovanni. I sent in a lot of Giovannis from 151, like 3 or 4 of the SRs, and I think 2 of the SARs. I did 2 sequential pairs just to see if I can try my luck at a sequential pair for my box here, my personal collection. So this is going to be the first alt art one, SAR Giovanni. Yes, 10. Let's find your pair because I really want to know. And that one's 69. Let's figure out where 68 is, and hopefully that got a 10 too. All right, next up we have, all right, that could be the sequential one, SR. 68, I have a pair. Sequentially graded, the SR and the SAR. Giovanni is like my favorite trainer. I am a huge Team Rocket guy, and this sub is like pumping me up right now. I am thrilled with these grades. Next up again, another Giovanni. 9. Oh, and it's the alt art. Okay, this is the one that must have been the better pair because I did know one of the sequential pairs I sent in was questionable for centering. This one's slightly bottom heavy there, and it's on, I think, just the front side. It's kind of hard to tell in the holster sometimes. But all right, we got our first 9. I am not mad by any means right now. I am thrilled with everything going on. Let's figure out who is up next. It's probably just a massive amount of Giovannis. Another 10 Giovanni. Are you the... Okay, that was the sequential pair. So 66 and 67. I did take the hit on the alt art, but it was kind of expected. I'm just going to put you in the 10 pile, and we only have 1 9 so far. Next up, another Giovanni, another 9. All right, so we have a sequential, not sequential, but we have a pair of 9s over here. I'm fine with this. Hopefully there's no more Giovannis. Getting tired of seeing them already. I want some variety here. All right, what is this? Okay, Detective Pikachu. I really hope this card 10 for her sake. Yes! She's going to be thrilled. She's been asking me nonstop what her grade was. And I was like, you got to wait. You got to wait on your score. I was like, I don't know the score of my 19. You can wait on your 1. She is going to be happy when she gets home. That is her only card. And she's on a streak. She's only graded 4 cards now and only has a couple in her personal collection. I think like a full art Iono in English, the Detective Pikachu now in a 10, and also the Van Gogh Pikachu. She sent in 3 Van Goghs, 2 got 10s. I got to keep 1, luckily enough. She kept a 10, and then we sold a 9. But she's going to be really happy there. Her card got a 10. I'm going to put that aside for her. Next up, we have, what is this? Delta Species Mewtwo. This card was beat. 1. Deserved all day. I love this card. I love this card in the 1. It was gonna be a super low pop, I think. I'll double check that after. But I think this is like a pop 1, 2, or 3. Reverse stamped. It is sick. I love this card. I am keeping this card. All right, we have another beat up card here. So Delta Species, Rockets Mewtwo. I'm trying to think what the other one was. Oh, my Ruby and Sapphire 2003. Yes, got a 1. This one has a nasty hand swirl on it, if you can see it. He is like Kamehamehaing that thing right off his hand. Perfect. So pumped so far. What do we have up next? What is that? Gita SAR 9. Okay. This card was off-center too. It had a really, really short top and a heavy bottom. I was hoping for the 10. I got this card for stupid cheap and I decided to send it in. I am not upset by any means. I don't keep 9s in my personal collection, so I'm going to use these as trade bait. Somebody will love them. It's just preference. I'm not being stingy for people that collect 9s or 8s or 7s. I love 1s. I love absolutely beat up cards, and I only keep 10s. So we have 3 9s so far. Doing great. Another Squirtle and a 10. I will take it. I might hang on to 2 of those. We will see. I just love that art. I think it's going to age really well. What do we have? 2 cards left. I have not seen the Zapdos full art yet. Another Giovanni. Another 9 Giovanni. Sent in all my Giovannis. All right, last one here. This should be number 70. Can I get a sequential pair for the Zapdos? I was questionable on the full art, if I remember correct. It got a 9. I was right. I wasn't sure if this one was going to 10 or not. I am pumped. The actual alt art 10, I am going to keep that all day. And this one, I am fine with the 9. So what do we have? 1, 2, 3, 5 9s. That means we have 15 10s out of this sub. I'm excited. I'm happy. No, I'm sorry, 14 10s because they kicked 1 back. Didn't get graded. So, beyond stoked. I am thrilled with this sub. This is probably the most 10 heavy sub I've had in quite some time. Happy I did it blind. Glad I waited. Glad we got to witness it all together. Like, comment, subscribe. I hope everyone has a great weekend. I'm getting a lot of tattoos done this weekend on my Dragon Ball arm, so I will show that off next week as well. Hopefully everything goes smooth there, and going to a tattoo convention too. So if anyone's down to see some tattoo convention footage, I have no problem showing it. I am going to film there. It's a pop culture convention. I'm sure there's going to be Pokemon. There is going to be literally anything you can think of. So everybody have a great weekend. We will see you on Monday.
Don't stop.